Tom got Lynette pregnant 3 times in 3 years. That's back to back to back. The first time she had twins. The next time she had Parker. Then the next time she had Penny. So she's got 4 kids that she has to look after. She's been a stay-at-home mom for 6 years straight. The original plan was that she'd take off a little bit of time, then go back to work. It never happened because she continuously got pregnant, right? Now we get a glimpse of how reckless Tom is about getting Lynette pregnant when he comes home from work out of town, which he's always away, for one night. And he decides that he wants to be unprotected during intimacy. Lynette gets upset and he still doesn't understand why. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not just on Tom, I'm on Lynette as well, because she holds Tom to such a low standard, it's ridiculous. First of all, her twin boys have ADHD and they feed off one another's actions. They cheer each other on while they misbehave. They won't sit down in the back seat and put their seatbelts on. They misbehave in school constantly to the point to where they got put out of public school. The only reason why they made it into that private school was because of Bree. Not because of Tom. Lynette had to ask Bree for a favor. Where was Tom? He was at work. Now, knowing that Lynette is spinning out of control, she's not telling Tom everything, but he knows that she's frustrated. She's leaving angry voicemails on his phone. He decides that he wants to continue to work his hardest to whereas he can get a promotion, become vice president, and be out of town even more than he already is. When Lynette throws a wrench in that, because rightfully so, you're never even home. Now you're going to be home even less. Why did you make these kids if you're not going to be anywhere near them? He gets so pissed off that he holds a grudge against her, and he uses this as a way to escape being a stay-at-home dad. I think he stayed at home as a father for maybe a couple of months while Lynette went out to work. He tells Lynette that because he knows that after he cleans up, it's going to get messed up all over again, he's only going to clean the house every 2 days. 4 kids every 2 days, food all on the counter, dishes all in the sink, just piling up, throw up from the baby in the bed. He's just covering it with towels, just trifling. Then one night, Lynette gets home late and the boys are out front of the house playing in the dark. Anything could have happened to them. Where's Tom? He's right in the living room. The window's right there. He didn't even know they were there. Oh no, they escaped again. Now Lynette has to talk Tom into understanding how important it is to look out for these boys because while they were outside, anything could have happened. So instead of hearing what she says, he decides to try to find a way around it and teach the boys that if a stranger did approach them with candy and ask them to get in the car, just say no. Talking about we worked on this all afternoon. Then in order to prove a point, because Lynette always has to prove a point, she goes and gets Stu, the intern from her job, gives him candy and says, pick up my sons and see if they'll get in the car with you, which they do. Then Tom brings up Lynette blocking his promotion to vice president at his previous job as a way to force her into being okay with him going back to work at her job beneath her because she's the vice president at that job. And he expects for her to show him special treatment. He's coming into the job, kissing her on the mouth, trying to remind the boss that he's connected to the vice president, so hopefully he can get some brownie points. So now with Tom back at work, they've got to find someone who's willing to look after 2 boys who have ADHD, Parker, and a little infant baby. They got to pay a babysitter or a nanny. Tom's talking about, our 2 salaries together, we'll be able to afford a good nanny. Well, apparently they aren't able to because Lynette ends up dropping her kids off, short notice, no notice, to Bree's house early in the morning. Bree's hungover from the night before. That's her business. Lynette just pushes her kids on in the door. She's not even asking Bree how she feels about it. She's not considering what she looks like. She looks like she's sick. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. You know how Lynette is, constantly talking over people, shoving them around, making them do stuff that she wants them to do. So Bree looks after her kids because Bree feels like she has to take care of everybody. These boys are driving her crazy like they would do anybody. She takes a sip of wine, falls asleep on the couch. The little boys grab the baby and they just get to walking down the street. Mind you, I just got through telling y'all that they did this with Tom. They was out front playing. The only reason why they didn't run off, in my opinion, is because it was dark outside and they was in the area with the street lights. But if it was bright outside, I'm pretty sure them kids would have took the hell off. This is what Lynette's kids do. She knows that this is what they're about. So why is it when she gets a call from the hairdresser that the boys are there, that she's flipping out on Bree because she put her boys in danger by drinking while she was looking after them? Tom wasn't even drinking, and he couldn't look after these boys without them taking off and escaping. But what did Lynette do as a result? She taught him a lesson. She went out of her way, recruited somebody else in order to teach baby Tom a lesson. But Bree, I don't want anybody talking to her. I can't stand you. Don't speak to me. These are my kids. But what happened last time you had Bree watch them? They was misbehaving, knocking shit all over, and then she spanked them, and you was mad about that. Why you keep leaving your kids with her when you know y'all morals don't align? It doesn't make any sense. Your expectations are too high for other people, for Bree especially. But Tom, in the sewer.